Divide objects below is not a tool that you're going to find on the toolbar. It is one that you're going to access by going to the application bar at the top of the screen and going to object and then down to path. And one of the options in here is this divide objects below. So what it does is you have an object on top of at least one other object. And here I have just a line segment over top of a circle. And I don't want to select both of them, I'm just going to select the top object, and then it works like a cutter. And so whatever's underneath it will get chopped. So object, path, divide objects below. And you can see then with selection tool, I can pull those things apart. So it's cut it along wherever I have some kind of marking. And this works a lot like the knife tool, but unlike knife tool where you have an organic freehand sort of line, this one you're typically making a more precise cut. And so I have examples here of, nice curvilinear cuts or very straight line cuts. And then something a bit more creative, just as an example, would be something like cutting up. Doesn't have to be, shapes, whether they're drawn with basic shape tools or pen tool or whatever. It could be letter-based objects. And so this is something that right now is editable type, and I would, get my type, my font, my size, everything figured out in the look that I want. But then, right now this is not outlined, and I'm toggling to outline view with Command Control Y here to see these have been turned into shapes. These are still live text. So I would need to take that type and create outlines, and then what it does is it turns that into shapes that are just vector point, anchor points and paths, just like any other shape. And once you have your text in that form, then you can put an object on top of it. In this case, I just have this rectangle that I drew very simply. I select it, I go to object, path, divide objects below, and it doesn't necessarily look like it really did anything, but it did. You can go in and you can start to delete out those areas that you cut into, and that can be an interesting way to divide things apart.